You know, finding a good job is never easy, but finding one in the midst of a recession can feel almost impossible, and eventually the disappointments can start to take a toll. Dr. Leslie Sokol is co-author of the book, Think Confident, Be Confident. She's here to share tips on staying mentally and physically healthy after a job loss. Hi, doctor.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
They should be cheering for you. Everybody should be cheering for you because you can really help us get through a tough time. Lots of us are either out of work, worried about being out of work, concerned for others who are out of work. How are we going to stay in shape? It's got to be very important for you to stay sort of in the game a little bit.
Absolutely. And you know, the key is staying in shape, but not just staying physically in shape. The key is staying mentally in shape. And the key to that is eradicating doubt and building confidence. And the first step is we're out of work, and we make it mean something that it doesn't. You know, the key is you're out of work, not necessarily because of your shortcomings. You're out of work because of all sorts of reasons out of your control.
I mean, you should. Maybe you stink at your job. I mean, let's be fair. If you stink at your job, you know, it could be that. But for the most part, if you got laid off, for instance, it's probably just a number thing. So you can't look at it and feel bad about yourself, correct?
Absolutely. You know, you might jump to the conclusion that it was your fault that you're out of work, when on the other hand, it could be for all kinds of reasons. You know, the economy, the job was, the workplace was going under, they were just trying to hold their head above water.
So, okay, so you're out of work, and you start, the next step, make a list of your skills, right?
Absolutely. Listen, you have to sell yourself. And listen, your skills are not just the skills, the technical skills you have. You have lots of skills within you. Think about your personality and your humor and your endurance and your ingenuity. Write a list of all of those skills and go out and sell yourself.
And the next step I see is don't let your shortcomings get you down.
Absolutely.
Don't dwell on the bad, you know, find the good, like you say.
First of all, you have to accept none of us are perfect. There's always going to be something that we can't do or we don't do as well as somebody else. So what? First of all, look at the job you're applying for, and maybe that thing that you're not top rate on doesn't really matter. And if it's a skill that really matters in getting that job, figure out how to improve that skill.
We have the next one, be open-minded, and then the one I want to talk about, don't overvalue the job you're applying for. Does that mean, you know, play it cool, like hard to get, like, I don't even want your stinking job? Or is it more just don't think too hard about that, you know, this job, I could never get this job, it's way too important a job. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, absolutely the latter. You know, clearly when we walk into a job, we want them to think, yes, this is exactly the place where we want to be, doing exactly what you want us doing. But listen, keep in mind, if this job doesn't happen, it doesn't mean there isn't going to be another opportunity. And this job that looks so perfect on paper may not actually have all pluses.
The next one, and this would be me, is treat looking for a job like a job in itself, but you have to sort of walk away from it too, and it can't consume you. It would consume me. I'd be weepy and feeling sorry for myself, and I'd be trying to get another job, but it would consume me just worrying about my kids, worrying about everything. But you have to sort of compartmentalize it and treat, okay, I'm going to wake up and do some things, and then I'm going to look for a job as my job today. Is that true?
That's so important. Think about being a workaholic. You know, there's got to be time when you're not working. And yes, you are working to find a new job. And to make that happen, you have to schedule it to happen, you have to have goals, you have to have specific plans. But find balance. Also schedule in time to be with your friends and schedule in times to exercise. Schedule in time to have balance in the equation.
I saw that. Schedule in time to exercise and plan an activity that's going to give you a sense of achievement. So, you know, I think we all assume you're going to feel like a loser if you get laid off, which is one of the earlier steps we already mentioned, which is don't feel like a loser. It's not your fault all the time, but it seems like you have to sort of do something that gives you a sense of achievement. And I also see, you know, do something that you can find time with your friends and stay connected and realize life does go on here. Everything's going to be okay. Just keep plugging away.
You know, you can take on new challenges. You can take on challenges outside of the workplace. Choose a new hobby or a new sport or a new skill and learn it. And recognize that learning a new skill or a new sport is mastery, and give yourself the credit for doing that. And along those same lines, every day, think of all the things that you accomplish, especially the things that take a little extra effort, and keep a list of those things, and it'll remind you of the capable, competent person that you are, even if you're out of work.
You know what tip number 11 should be? Get this book for your friends that are out of work, because this would be a great way to help them out. Think Confident, Be Confident. Where can people get your book?
They can buy it at any local bookstore. Or on Amazon. Absolutely.
Big time. Bestseller out there. I love it. She thought confident. She was confident. Now she's got a best-selling book. I love that. Justin Peasy, let's take a look at what's next on the 10 show.